What Quran and prayer does. I'm observing this for years, and it was not easy journey for myself. I'm aware more than 25 years about my shortcomings, about my inner temple. First 23 years was one big chaos for me. Disaster after disasters, many hostile experiences and things like this. Because once we saw this inside, that machinery at some point of time will want to get rid of that stuff inside. So the events of life will be want to undo themselves. Whatever arose inside of your inner temple, inner space, inner dimension will be resolved after some time. And I practiced many different religions, many different methods, I did many different approaches to that. And entire this time, that journey was in some way, it was in some way heading to that point where I met Islam and Quran. And what I can observe over the time, because this is fixing your mind and heart, body, and healing you inside. So potentially in the future, because you got those disastrous things, corruption inside, mess, mind is dysfunctional or mess inside due to choosing wrong ways of life. If this arose in you and mind become this way, hostile, dysfunctional, then in future you may expect illnesses, you may expect some bad experiences, and so on. So what Quran and prayer does, and it is slowly opening your space inside, purifying and opening your space. You practice, you 5 times a day bowing, you doing those rakats, you praying, you saying those surah, and it's slowly opening that heart space and purifying that mind, removing those chains from your heart. You teach yourself from the beginning how to reside in that inner still space, and you're looking into this and you piercing that with that stillness from within, from that space, because this actually, that space can heal you only. There is no drugs, no other people, whatever. We got that internal fountain of youth, that space where we residing there. We are able to observe those processes of the mind. We're looking deeply into the mind, and we can chase those things which causing illnesses, causing dysfunction, causing pain, causing suffering. We can chase them. They are somewhere rooted in the space of the mind somewhere. So prayer and meditation does it. You keep, let's say, pray, and just after you read Quran, you're reading Quran for X amount of time, maybe even 1 hour or longer, like I did today, and you looking into that space, and over the time you master this, you learn what this does. That's creating this soft space inside of you, and with that soft space you are able to observe those blocks of the mind, those hardcore blocks of the mind. They are hard spaces in the mind, and that soft space is able to dismantle, soften, and remove those hardcore blocks. Like I today read Quran more than 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours, and after that time, even during the reading Quran, I felt there is something going on, something which causing noise in the background. I was in the nature, I was in the garden, something causing noise. That noise caused kind of weariness, tiredness. And after something 1 hour, I suddenly felt this been busted, lose its energy. And suddenly I felt that inner stillness and silence around. We got many of those blocks inside, and they need to be addressed in order for us to be healthy, in order for us to function well, to use our body, mind, spirit correctly, to be beneficial for that world, to be able to analyze environment in calm, peaceful manner. Because when we got those blocks inside, many of them, they taking control over us. We can be angry, aggressive, hateful, jealous. All of it is byproduct of our actions. We took part in them. We understood reality. But thankfully to tools like Quran, like prayer, it is possible to pierce it. And I have to admit, I try many different ways, method, approaches, millions of them, because I simply suffer badly. I've been battered by life, battered by conditions of my mind, dysfunction of my mind. And it's not really like functioning. You cannot just sit and meditate just like that. It is hard work to come to that. It is hard work. You're coming back, like in prayer, you keep coming back to the same space, to the same like place in you, over and over. Your mind wants to be somewhere else, raging, polluting, corrupting things, judging things, but you're bringing it to the same dimension with every prayer. And just after prayer, when you reach for Quran, you softening that core, that space. When that space is softened, enough soft, you are able to reside there and observe those structures of the mind. And I have to tell you that mind don't want to be observed. It's thus doing everything to be hostile, doing everything to be like on autopilot, be in control. We observe that now in the world, how many people seems to be like out of the mind. They speak not true, they lie, they do lots of corruptive things, and they don't see. This is their mind. This is their mind which possess them. This is simply possession. They didn't maintain that temple, and in that inner space arose many things from the mind. Many things, many corrupted things, many hostile things. Because we in this world quite often thinking that we can do whatever and everything is possible, permissible. Every kind of steal, every kind of harassment, every kind of anger. But those things simply destroying, polluting, corrupting that surface of the mind. And when comes time, when there is mountains of it, lots of that, it will start controlling us. So we see those politicians, those head of the countries which simply sold their soul, or they simply lost their soul due to usually greed. That's going to this direction. And every one of us is accountable and responsible for that inner space and temple. And if we won't be doing anything with that for a long period of time, then definitely that temple will be like polluted, and something else, that so-called Satan, overtake us. We even won't be able to know we're doing wrong, because our mind will be recorded in those structures. We will be like fetched and pushed by this. That will be our reality. But reality is not this way. Reality is peaceful, loving. If only that space of the mind is soft, loving and peaceful. And we got power over it. We can over-record this. We can repair that. We can heal from all those future illnesses, future disasters. Because when we pollute that mind to such a degree that it's controlling us, it's fetching us here and there, and we do those bad things without even noticing and knowing they are bad. Like Jesus said, forgive them, they don't know what they're doing. If we are on that road, on that track, then those future disasters are inevitable. They will head towards us. We'll meet them at some point of time in our journey when we not wake up to that hostility. Then it is inevitable. So we all should start that journey and start practicing things like religions, because they simply teaching us since beginning, from the beginning, how to reside in that inner space, how to be peaceful. With that peace we know what is truth, what is lie. We simply know. We don't want to take part in that lie and mischief. And there is part of the mind which really want to keep us there. It want to keep us there. That truth about that reality, about that Satan egoic mind. If we're not saying truth, if we're not exploring in a temple to purify it, to cleanse this from that, then it will be our master. We can have, there is two masters. There can be two masters in this world. There can be God your master and can be Satan your master. It's up to us what we recorded inside that space and what kind of actions we're taking in life. If we're saying truth or we're saying lie, on which side we're standing. Salam alaikum.